Cly, Ronnie, or Tom, who will be evicted? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 22 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Jenna was the head of household. She nominated Cly for eviction, and Michael was nominated for the third week in a row for losing the Temptation comp as an initial nominee, and Willy Wonka nominated Tom as a third nominee. However, Michael won the Golden Power Veto in the Big Brother Grand Game Golden Power Veto competition, chose to use it on himself, and when Jenna drew a joker, it was up to Willy Wonka to name the replacement nominee, and Willy Wonka chose Ronnie, which means in just moments, Cly, Ronnie, or Tom will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house. Who will it be? And who will be crowned the new head of household? We'll find out shortly. But first, I have a lot to get to today, as always, and so this episode might go over. I will say in advance, Friday's episode will be shorter than usual because Friday morning I start work at 4 a.m., which I know is super early. And normally I don't mind 4 a.m. starts on a Friday because it means I get to leave at noon on a Friday. But unfortunately for cheesecake purposes, I'm going to be filming quick Thursday night so I can get to bed. So Friday's episode may be short. But we will make up for it because I am 99.999% sure that on Saturday, whoever is evicted will join Brazil and Nicole and I on Extra Rope. I'm pretty sure. All three of them have indicated that they're going to do it. So that's where we stand right now. It's time for our Wednesday feature, which is The Pulse. You may be wondering why I'm wearing a pink shirt, which, by the way, this lighting, it does not look pink, but it is as Ross would say, Faded salmon color. I'm wearing it because and last week the person was, wow, I completely forgot off the top of my head who the person was that we were supposed to all bombard with messages. It was Jonah 2 weeks ago. It was Marcin the first week. So Marcin is alive. Jonah is dead. Oh, and Chad. I haven't heard from Chad, so I'm assuming he's dead. So we're not doing so good. We revived one person, and the other two are 6 feet under. This week's person, very easy. I'm wearing pink because we are trying to revive and find out if she has a pulse, Lynn from Season 4. So Lynn from Season 4 was known for her pink hair. She always is in the studio audience of Big Brother Canada. And also, the reason why I chose her, this Friday, that woman is probably going to blow her head off because it is the premiere of the movie Elvis. Lynn is an enormous Elvis fan. She told me in the diary room that she flicks her clit to Elvis. And when I saw the commercial for the movie and there was that girl in the audience who goes, Elvis Presley! I'm like, that was so Lynn in the 60s. So yeah, Lynn, we want to know if you're alive. If you have Lynn on Facebook from Season 4, message her. I bet she's going to watch the Elvis movie in theaters. I'm going to go 7 times in theaters, and then she'll probably watch it another 7 times at home, is my prediction. So, yeah. Way to go, Lynn! Okay. Tom sent another picture of him living his best life, seen here. You know, good for you, Tom. Good for you for being retired, I think, and living your best life with a beautiful view. When I'm your age, I want to be looking out at the view from inside an Olive Garden while they serve me soup, salad, and breadsticks. Also, Owen sent us this shot of the sunset in Toronto. Owen is lucky I'm not a crazy stalker because myself being from Toronto, I know exactly where that is. Anyway, But actually, the sunset, the reason why we've had such pretty sunsets is because the weather has been outrageously hot, and that usually makes, when it's sunny, a nice sunset. I think it's like 40-something with the humidity, and I love it. I love heat. I love melting. I don't care. Ice cream, ice cap, iced coffee, bring it on. Love it. Okay, so now, moving on, Ronnie, this is so interesting. So, Ronnie decides to post in the main chat, "Hey y'all, it's me, Dustin Lynch. To anyone that doesn't evict me, I'm offering nudes in return for safety. And if you're not into that, pretend you didn't see this message." So this is not the first of a series of times when Ronnie has gotten a little bit sexual in the main chat, offering nudes in return for safety, which he was serious. And if he was the real Dustin Lynch, I've never in 7 seasons cheated in any way, shape, or form. I run a completely fair and honest org. Jonathan disagrees, but, go pet Ryland and leave me alone. But if the real Dustin Lynch, if Ronnie could get real nudes of the real Dustin Lynch, I'd probably find a way to fast forward him to next week. But too late now. Yeah. So then Ronnie also said, and I didn't screenshot it, but it's okay. Ronnie said, "If I get evicted, on the cover photo it's going to be XXX for 3 X's in a row. Do you really want an XXX?" And of course, then everyone's like, does it always have to be about porn? But it's funny how even something as simple as the cover photo having 3 evictees potentially side by side with X's, it's kind of funny how even that turns sexual. The Willy Wonka, so Willy Wonka, oh boy, this is funny. A reminder, Willy Wonka voting opens now, from the time of this recording, to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. The public, anybody in the public is allowed to vote, but house guests this season, including evicted house guests, are not allowed to vote. Only the public is allowed to vote, and they are only allowed to vote today, from the time the video airs, which is usually around 6-ish a.m., to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We went from 8 votes week 1 to 24 votes week 2 to, I believe, 27 votes, I think it was. I have the number somewhere. Week 3, so pretty impressive. I'm curious if we can beat that. Also, the Lindor Sampler. For those of you who have not yet participated in the Lindor Sampler, you must privately message me by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight whether or not you are accepting the temptation, if the wheel lands on you, to eat one of the 7, I believe, I'm finding it now, one of the 8 remaining Lindors. We have milk, dark, white, orange, sea salt, pistachio, fudge, and dulce de leche. 6 are good, 2 are bad. So you have a 75% chance of drawing good. The Pooh Brown Power Veto is still on the board. Once again, milk, dark, white, orange, sea salt, pistachio, fudge, dulce de leche. Everybody except for Cly, if you survive, Ronnie, if you survive, Stephanie, and Rayanne must message me by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Yes or no, and if yes, which one are you picking? In addition, there is, I believe, I will put it in the stats, I believe there's one or two, check the stats, 1 or 2 open wedges. So if you wish to submit, if you have wedges available and you wish to submit a video of yourself eating your favorite cookie, chocolate chip cookie, and a reason why that's your favorite, you can submit that video and you can add wedges for the wheel tomorrow. Okay, I think it is now time. This was a very interesting eviction vote. All 3 names were discussed, which I like with the 3 nominee twist. It's funny, the 3 nominee twist in most other orgs and in Big Brother, like in the television show, it usually is a flop where one person is completely discounted. And I think even without the twist of if you get 0 votes, you get a fast forward, even without that, all 3 weeks, all 3 of the nominees were at least considered. There wasn't an obvious, oh, we're not voting for that person. All 3 of the nominees, all 3 weeks, sort of were discussed to some degree, which I like. That's how it should work. Okay, so this is it. Cly, Ronnie, Tom, your house guests have made their decisions, cast their votes, and I have the results. When I reveal the results of the eviction vote, the house guest who is evicted will have about 15 minutes to say their goodbyes, gather their belongings before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Okay, here we go. By a vote of 5 to 3 to 1, Tom, you received 3 votes. Ronnie, you are evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house. Oompa loompa doopy da dee. You shoved a Kit Kat chunky up your ass. Then it went into your stomach and gave you a tummy ache. Oompa loompa doompa doompy da doo. Ronnie, you have about 15 minutes to say your goodbyes before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Thanks for playing. Better luck next time. Ronnie, where do I begin? Ugh. First of all, you were outrageously entertaining and fun to host, and fun, I think, for the viewers to watch. No question, you were not a boring person. People either loved or hated you. You are the first person I've ever cast from the All About Orgs Facebook group. So when I was struggling with casting, I decided to put out in that Facebook group, casting Big Brother Cheesecake. You were the only person who applied through that, and so boom, you got casted. And I was lucky that I found you that way because, wow. I loved your energy. I love your spirit. I personally, so let's say what went wrong. First thing that went wrong, I love the sexual horny energy. Jojo loves it. Curtis says he doesn't, but he's a liar. He's horny, bitch. It was definitely interesting. But you put photos of your bare ass in the group chat. You sent people dick pics. You put a link to OnlyFans, which, I don't know, you were like shitting on some girl or something. No, I'm just kidding. But you put a link to your OnlyFans. You put, you offered nudes to stay, and you were serious about that. And you made the XXX reference that, who wants an XXX. All of those things are fine. And I don't think anybody voted you out because of the sexual comments. But I feel like it put you on the map. It made people recognize you and remember you. And in an 85-day game, you don't want to put yourself on the map for no reason. And all I'm going to say, I'm going to make this analogy. There are some house guests who we haven't even heard their voices yet in the episode, but we've all seen your dick. So that's what I kind of mean by you were putting yourself in the forefront of the storyline too much, whereas other people have been fading into the background, which may not be good long term, but for short term, it's working for them. And so that's one. Now, number 2. This one, I cannot believe this happened. So I'm not going to reveal who because maybe the house guests don't know, maybe they do. You campaigned hard to give somebody Willy Wonka. You campaigned really, really hard week 3 to give somebody else Willy Wonka. That person got Willy Wonka, and then you didn't tell them. You didn't tell them that you campaigned for them, and then they nominated your ass. And I came to you and I said, are you pissed that so-and-so nominated you? And you said, I can't remember what you exactly said, but, well, I guess this means I can't trust them. So I said to you, but didn't you tell them that you campaigned for them to get Willy Wonka? And you said, no, I was testing them to see their loyalty. And I'm like, what? You should have told the person right away so that they say thank you and don't nominate your ass. So you campaigned for somebody to get Willy Wonka. This has really never happened in any version of anything that I've heard of, Big Brother or Survivor. You campaigned for somebody to get Willy Wonka, and then they're the reason you're evicted. Oh, mind blown. Mind blown. And why wouldn't you just campaign for yourself to get Willy Wonka? Weren't you eligible at this point? When did you do Chamber? Oh, you did Chamber last week. Okay, so you weren't eligible yourself. Okay. But clearly you picked the wrong person to campaign for, and I think you should have told them that you're the reason that they got all the votes they did. Because I think the vast majority of the people that voted for Willy Wonka this week didn't even know who the hell that person was. Um, but yeah, that's number 2. And then number 3, which this was a bit of a rookie mistake, no offense. This one, the first 2 I don't blame you so much. The third one was kind of your fault. So we were playing Yankee Swap. You had the veto. You made a deal with Owen that if he gave you the veto, you would not use it. And then you use it. And I get that you're close to Kennedy, and I love Kennedy, and I'm happy you used the veto on her and she got to stay. But one, Kennedy was not likely going to be evicted last week, and then when RJ went invisible, Kennedy was definitely not going anywhere. But 2, to make a deal like that where you're not going to use the veto and then you use it and you break your word on day 13 of an 85-day org, it immediately pissed off like 5 people. And I was like, oh, when that happened, because yes, it's Big Brother. Yes, you have to lie, cheat, and steal. Yes, you have to break your word. Is it possible to win playing a totally 100% honest game where you don't lie? Yeah, I did it. Javier knows he voted for me to win. But it's difficult, and you do have to lie, cheat, and steal, but there's a time and a place, and when you broke your word to Owen, and I said there was a pro-Ronnie side and an anti-Ronnie side, well, the anti-Ronnie side won this week and got you out, and you even campaigned for an anti-Ronnie person to get Willy Wonka. So it was messy. There were a lot. I just named 3 mistakes alone that I know of, and then a lot of people also said you were extremely active. I don't think you were in a lot of alliance chats, but people were saying that you were very active about game and playing arguably too hard, too fast. And I hope you don't see any of that as a criticism, because I absolutely loved watching you. It was entertaining, but at least you know what? At least you had a story. Shawnee and RJ were both kind of evicted because they were invisible. Oh, and that's another thing. The thing with RJ, people believed that you hadn't talked to him for 2 years and that there was beef, but nobody believed that the beef was current. And you told me in DR that you were going to sell it. You're both out of the game night. That you were going to sell it as you and RJ are against each other, and you were going to use that to your advantage. Nobody bought it. They all knew that you and RJ were going to work together. And so that was, again, seen as shady and playing too hard. So there, I just named the 4th mistake. But I still love you. I forgot to mention the number of alliance chats that have been active in the last 24 hours. So thank you, Ronnie. I love you. I hope to God you will appear on Extra Whip with Brazil, Nicole, and I. I'm not available Thursday because I have to go to bed early. The girls are not available Wednesday, so I'm praying that at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday night, you can join Brazil, Nicole, and I, and you can dish the dirt, and I know you have dirt. Because, again, you didn't see, from what I understand, you didn't see this coming. It was a 5 to 3 to 1 vote, and I think you thought that it was pretty much unanimous on Tom. And there was an alliance chat where you called somebody a POS, a piece of shit, for telling you the truth that they were voting you out, and you said that person was a piece of shit for voting you out. So we want to know who the piece of shit is. But yeah, sorry, I forgot about active alliance chats. So yes, please join us. So we have 1. What was it last week? 7? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit. 5, 6. We have 6 active alliance chats. So we lost 1. We were at 7 last week. We lost 1. I think we're at 776. Yeah. Okay. Now it's time to get to. And by the way, Ronnie, I almost think if you're going to go early, it's better to go early having made a lot of mistakes than having just really, really bad luck or being robbed. There's nothing worse than being voted out early and being robbed. You were not robbed. So anyway, I'm done. Moving on. Let's get to, and Judy will be so upset. Judy was rooting for you so hard, and Judy's going to be like bawling her eyes out. Anyway, now it's time to get to the next head of household competition, free from the threat of eviction. The head of household wins the perks of their private HOH bedroom bathroom, a video from home, a fruit basket with chocolate-covered cashews, and the responsibility of nominating 2 now of their fellow house guests for eviction. The head of household competition, as I explained yesterday, was the Big Brother Appetizer Survey Part 2. I spruced it up by adding the Wheel of Real Estate in, where you were all, once there were too many wedges on the wheel, you were all stealing wedges from each other. The alumni messaged me pretty much immediately, a lot of them, and we're like, wow, we love this. We love that you mixed it up. We just did Q&A 2 weeks ago, so to do standard Q&A again, I was like, let's make this political, let's make it interesting. So yeah, it worked out really well. I still don't know who won, because I'm about to spin the wheel and find out. But yeah, is everybody ready? Okay. Then... Oh, an outgoing head as outgoing head of household. Jenna, you are not eligible to compete. And that's it now, because Ronnie was evicted. Ronnie wouldn't have been able to play. Okay. Is everybody ready? Then let's begin. Question 1. Did avocado egg rolls rank higher or lower than loaded baked potato tots? Kennedy says lower. And Tom says higher. I'm just going to reveal the first one for each. The correct answer is lower. Tom was eliminated on the first question, and Kennedy wins 10 wedges. Question 2. Did fried macaroni and cheese rank higher or lower than crispy crab wontons? Owen says higher. And that is correct. Nobody said lower. Owen took 9 blank wedges, so Kennedy has 10, Owen has 9. Question 3. Did cheeseburger spring rolls rank higher or lower than fried zucchini? Brooke, higher. Michael, lower. The correct answer is higher. Michael has been eliminated, so Owen and Michael are eliminated, and Brooke was correct. Now this was interesting. She got to take 8 wedges. There were 5 blank ones on the wheel. She didn't take any of the blank ones. Brooke took 4 from Kennedy and 4 from Owen. I'm not going to do the breakdown now. I'm going to do the breakdown after. Question 4. Did Tex-Mex egg rolls rank higher or lower than crab and artichoke dip? Kilby higher, Owen lower. The correct answer is higher. Owen loses all of his wedges and is eliminated. And Owen, I actually spoiled that. I said Owen was eliminated earlier. Oops, sorry. Owen then said, I think he mentioned somewhere, he said, shit, I misread. So Owen is eliminated, and Kilby got it right, earning 7 wedges. Kilby took all the blank ones, and he also said he wanted number 11, which I'm going to get to in a second. Anyway, moving on. Question 5. Did chicken samosas rank higher or lower than fried chicken sliders? Javier lower. That is correct. He earned 6 wedges. He takes 3 blank and 1 from each Brooke, Kennedy, and Kilby. And Kilby said, please don't take number 11. And Javier said, that's yours. Question 6. Did pretzel bites with cheddar fondue rank higher or lower than fried calamari? Kennedy, higher. That is correct. Kennedy wins 5 wedges. She takes 2 from Javier and Brooke and 1 from Kilby. Question 7. Did factory nachos rank higher or lower than crispy Brussels sprouts? Brooke, higher. That is correct. Brooke has earned 4 wedges. She takes 2 from Kennedy, 1 from Javier, 1 from Kilby. Question 8. Did dynamite shrimp rank higher or lower than Korean fried cauliflower? Rayanne lower, Javier higher. The correct answer is lower. Javier is eliminated and loses all of his wedges. Rayanne gets 3. She originally was going to take the 3 blank wedges, but she ended up taking 2 blanks and 1 from Kennedy because Kennedy had number 13. So Kilby really wanted 11 and Rayanne really wanted 13. Question 9. Did hot buffalo wings rank higher or lower than stuffed mushrooms? Bridget higher. That is correct. She earns 2 wedges. She takes the last blank one, and 1 from Brooke. Question 10. Did spinach and cheese dip rank higher or lower than roadside sliders? And nobody answered because everybody remaining in the competition had wedges on the wheel and they didn't want to risk losing them all in the last question. The answer was lower. So I believe Callum, Stephanie, and Clyde did not show up. Ronnie couldn't play. And then Owen, Javier, and Michael were eliminated, which is 8. That leaves 5 people, which is right. That leaves 5 people. Kennedy has 7 wedges. Brooke has 8. Bridget has 2, Rayanne 3, and Kilby 4. So now, this is where it gets good. It's time to spin the wheel of real estate and crown the new head of household. This is so exciting! Okay, here we go. This is it. A reminder, Brooke has 8, Kennedy has 7, Kennedy's the N for Kennedy, Kilby has 4, Bridget has 2, Rayanne has 3. So one of those 5 people is about to become the new head of household. Also, Rayanne was adamant that she wanted 13. She didn't take a blank wedge. She actually stole from Kennedy to get this wedge. So I put it backwards. That's number 13. Kilby was adamant that he wanted number 11, and he asked people not to take it. So that's the number 11 wedge. It's a backwards K. So again, Kilby is K, Kennedy is N, Rayanne is A, B is Brooke, and G is Bridget. This is it. Good luck, house guests. Here we go. The new head of household is Kennedy! Congratulations, Kennedy! You are the new head of household! Brooke, who has had the worst luck this season with the Lindor sampler and yells at me every time the wheel doesn't land on her, Brooke is going to be, like, look at that Brooke. This is more like a Brooke area here, and she didn't get it. But anyway, Kennedy, congratulations. You are the new head of household. You have until tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday night, to privately message me your 2 nominees and a reason why. So what will happen in the Lindor sampler? Find out tomorrow. Friday, who will Kennedy nominate for Eviction? And we'll pick players for the Golden Power Veto competition, which is a returning competition that is very interesting. Saturday is Extra Whip, where Ronnie will very likely join Brazil, Nicole, and I to dish the dirt. Which reminds me, Team Brazil, you've lost your 3rd member. Sunday is the Golden Power Veto competition. Monday, the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 3 nominees plead their case. And Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition, where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, and lose their shot at the $700 cash prize. I'm Andrew Chefs of Moonves. Take care, and remember, the slogan for Coffee Crisp should be barely any coffee, barely any crisp. Good night.